Bubble bubble. Anyway guys, hi, how are you doing? John here. Straight up to the bench, and I said I'd do a quick update before I get too much done and we're kind of all finished. So, where has John got to? I have the base finished, well as in assembled, and it's after being glued together. I've the whole section done. If I can get a bit of light in there, we can be able to see that I have it weathered in there. No, can't get the light in. A second, if I 2 seconds off, I just killed this big light. No, it's not going to work either. Anyway, that's weathered in there, in under, and the bottom is weathered. That looks really nice. Actually, I do like the way that came out, and believe me, in here between the suspension arms and all that kind of stuff is done the same kind of way as that. It's very hard to see, and to be quite honest with you, but at least it's done. I wanted to get those done because I wanted to get the top glued on. There's a couple of little pieces here at the back which needed to go on first. So just 2 seconds, I'll just turn off that big light there because it's stopping all the, there we go. A few seconds now for the light to adjust. There we go. Sorry about that, lads. You might be able to see in here now. Yeah, you can see in there. See, the suspension is done and things like that. Mad, isn't it? When it's actually darker, it's actually comes out better. Also, there was a load of pieces to go on at the back of that. Well, not a load. There was about 4 or 5 pieces to go onto the back of that. A few things up here, things that could only be done once the whole back was on. So that's all done. In here, I have the glass in, and behind the glass, it's only just clear little bit of clear perspex or whatever it is, not perspex, just clear plastic, and you cut out the squares to the size that is required. Just on the shuffling now, I'm trying to find the pieces that I used. Typical, can never find something when you want it. It's just bits of clear plastic, and behind that I put some tin foil, just to give it a shine through, and they're masked off, so because they have to go up from underneath. And it was a case of, do I glue it together or what do I do? So I just stuck them in and I have them masked off. As you see, I made the tow cable, which came out very well indeed. Size wise is absolutely perfect, and it fits in absolutely lovely. It really does look nice. Looks a lot better than the one that was supplied. So that's ready now for just a base coating in the light green. The turret, I haven't done anything really with the turret. I've just basically assembled the large parts of it. I'm moving on to that now. I've most of that done. I just have a few bits and pieces now to start adding onto the turret. Then I can get the turret done, and there's loads to go into the turret, believe me, there's loads to go into the turret. And then we've got the figures and things to get painted up. So we still have plenty of work to do. It's turning out to be a nice model. Like I said, turning out to be. Lots of work, lots of little clean up. All the small parts have the mouldings aren't quite as crisp as they could be, so there's loads of scraping, cleaning off excess little bits of plastic here and there, just to get it to look right. Because when you look at the piece you just cut off and go, oh, that's perfect, it's nice, and when I look at it then through these, you can see how bad it is. It's like this: if I didn't have these, the kit would be made, but it would be a nightmare. It really would. By having these, it just makes the fit that little bit better, if you know what I mean. Because all those little bits and pieces have to be cleaned off, and it's like as if the mold is just like, just the slightest little bit of a move So you've got that mold seam. It's got that little bit extra on it. You all know what I'm talking about. And it's on everything. So to get them to fit, especially if it's a precise fit, it takes a fair bit of cleaning off for that fit to be done. But it's done anyway, and not to worry about it anymore. I'll probably have loads more to do on the turret modes. Now, let's just turn it upside down and have a look at this this effect. Muddy effect, and I think it looks fabulous. It really does. I'm not sure whether it's showing up in the light that's there. No, it's only just in this section. It's not gone up along the back or the sides or the front yet. But what it is first of all, I give the area a wash with this stuff. Citadel shade, Agrax earth shade. It's a nice wash, and it sort of detailed all the parts and things. On the wheels, that's all that is on the wheels, is just that Agrax earth shade, which, as you see, gives a nice definition to the pieces. Over that, then I used this stuff here, which is very, very nice. It's another Citadel product, whatever that thing. It's technical. It's typhus corrosion. It's got grit in it, and it's very, very nice. So it's got that kind of mud and grit in it. It dries off. It dries. This one here, it dries very, very dark. While it was still wet and tacky, I got some of this, which is a earth pigments. That colour, and just dabbed it on, and as it dried, it's after making that effect there, and it looks absolutely fabulous. It really does. I get the lower kind of surfaces, the wheels done, and sort of splashed up around the back and things with that done as well. I didn't do it because I didn't want the tracks, and it's kind of, I didn't want to rub off all the pigments and things, so it'll be done, as a sort of a base from further on. At least now I only have to do sort of the insides of the wheel, those wheels, the bottom of those wheels, and that bit section is done anyway. So far so good. It's coming together nicely. Like I said, it's a difficult kit, but once you know it's a difficult kit, to me it makes it a little bit more enjoyable. I enjoy it. I enjoy doing all the clean off bits and pieces, rather than sort of something that just sort of shake and bake, as they call them. Some kits are pure shake and bake. You just put all the parts together, they fall together and things like that. Your enjoyment with those kits are in the painting and the detail painting and the weathering and all that kind of stuff. Kits like this, you get both. You get the build enjoyment, because you have to work at it to get it to fit, which is a part of it. Some people don't even like the build parts, but they love the painting and things like that, so those shake and bake kits are perfect for them. The older kits can be that bit more difficult fit wise, but you get what you pay for. If you buy a cheapish kit, you got to work on it. You go off and spend 70 quid in your kit, and you don't expect to have to work on it. Do you get what I'm saying? There you go. So anyway, that's my update on the JGSDF Type 89 IFV, the Japanese Bradley, or the Bradley. Okay, let's catch you up in the next one. Hopefully I'll have it base coated and be ready for the camo stage at that. Well, hopefully have the turret finished at least. I'll get stuck into that this afternoon and this evening. So let's catch you up in the next one. Enjoy your building, enjoy your modelling. Like I said, the most important thing is just go out and buy a kit and build it. Don't stick it away in the stash and forget about it. Build it and enjoy it, and it's a hobby, and it's there to be enjoyed, and it's there for to pass your part time and give you something to do. Waffle. Anyway, I'll catch you up on the next one. Be good to each other. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.